Hello boys, as you can see, we lost our script. So this has sparked the opportunity for us to do a different style of video. So I hope you enjoy. As you all know, the R9 has just released. The official reveal was on the 10th of October, so 12 days ago. With that being said, obviously a lot of people had expectations and a lot of people are just like, oh, they're just gonna put fairings on an MT09, and that's not even remotely the case. And that's kind of shown through all the changes that they've made. So boys, we are going to be starting off with looks. It is one of the things that I start off with on my reviews, and I think it's just the easiest one to kind of get into first. And yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, there's a lot of changes that have been made. You know, the only thing that I have an issue with this R9 is the fact that they've put that R7 tail on it again. It started off on the R1s, and then after that, to my knowledge, it went to the R15, so the R15M edition. Don't know why they would do that, but anyways. After the R15, they gave it to the R6, and that was like during the whole remodeling of the R6. And then after doing that amazing thing, they just took the R6 away from us. So, you know, thanks for that, Yamaha. But anyways, moving on. Then they gave it to the R7. And guess what? We've chucked it onto the R3. So now the one thing that was somewhat specific to the R1 has been just copy-pasted onto everything. Winglets, awesome. I mean, winglets look good on everything. You know, I completely understand why they decided to put the winglets on the R9. I think, you know, they are a little bit pointless in terms of street riding, but you know, it is a bike that I wouldn't say is tailored towards track, but it's built with the purpose of being a track bike in mind. So, I mean, it's understandable. They look awesome. I mean, you know, it's winglets. And according to Yamaha boys, it is the most aerodynamic Yamaha ever produced. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. So boys, it's an 890cc CP3 triple. So that is a cross-plane triple. And if you ask me, I could think of nothing better. There's just something about those 3 cylinders, and you know, they are lightweight, they've got a whole bunch of power, they rev high as hell. You know, I love the 3 cylinders. And now to go and pair that with a cross plane, I mean, this is getting into the territory of where I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I have heard it with the stock exhaust. I mean, I'll pop up a clip for you guys now. Obviously, I'm not going to touch too much on the engine because, like I said, this is really out of my comfort zone, and you know, I'm not going to sit here and yap about something that I don't know about. So what I will tell you guys is that they did tune it differently to kind of get it away from that naked bike feeling and give it more of that sport bike kind of vibe. And they did that by doing 3 different things. They changed the gearing, they changed some fuel mapping, and they also changed the ignition timing. And one of the other things that they did is they reduced 2 teeth on the rear sprocket. So again, that's kind of expected. In terms of horsepower and torque and all those sort of stats, Yamaha has never been one to, you know, claim official numbers. So we don't actually have an official number in terms of torque and, you know, horsepower and all of those sorts of things. But I think we can all expect it to be similar to that of the MT09. Now boys, electronics. This thing is jam-packed with electronics. So the first thing that I want to touch on is the 6-axis IMU. Now this is a system that has come off of the R1s. So it is a system that's been around for a little bit now. It controls your sliding traction control, your braking, and your engine braking. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Other electronics include wheelie control, cruise control, quick shifter and auto blipper, and launch control. Now the quick shifter, I know it came off of the MT09, and I haven't ridden an MT09, but from what I've seen online, from what I've heard online, it is a very, very smooth quick shifter. And people highlight the fact that regardless of what revs you're at, it is a smooth quick shifter. So the bike offers 3 modes and 4 modes. So the 3 modes are going to be for your street riding. You know, you've got your rain, your normal mode, whatever it's going to be called, and then you've got your sports mode. So I mean, by now all of you know what that means. And then the other 4 modes are for track purposes. And on top of all of that, you can actually connect your phone to the bike, and it allows you to go and adjust and alter and, you know, do all these things that you would normally have to do on that little thing on the left, but now you can do it on your phone. So I'm gonna just touch on 1 or 2 more things just quickly because they are relevant. One of them being the frame. So the frame is a new Delta Box frame. It's tailored more so to sports performance, which, I mean, you know, makes sense. And boys, it is actually the lightest frame ever produced for a Yamaha sports bike, and it weighs in at about 9.7 kgs. So that blows my mind. I mean, just the fact that a frame can weigh that much, it's crazy. So I have checked this number over and over again. Like, am I seeing it wrong? Is it actually 90 kgs? Like, you know, but it's actually 9.7 kgs, boys, and that's crazy. So it is something that comes down to personal preference. Like, you know, Johnny is gonna like to be nice and upright, but Jimmy is gonna want to be lying down on the bike, you know. So nonetheless, boys, it does look like it is a nice riding position. Doesn't look too aggressive, doesn't look too relaxed, but yeah, looks good. Something that has been a long time complaint, and after doing a little bit of research, a lot of people have complained about Yamaha's brakes. They say the general consensus is that they feel like wood. They're not smooth. Now we have Brembo calipers, masters, and steel braided brake lines that come standard. So, I mean, that's awesome. Hashtag just saying, this 2009 bike came with steel braided brake lines. Another pro, boys, with the braking. I know for whatever reason, I personally would never do this because I'm probably a noob still, but you can turn off your rear ABS. I do see like a lot of the seasoned riders, the old heads, they don't like ABS, you know, and I think for those people it's super nice. However, for someone like me, turning off ABS just doesn't seem like a great idea, you know, at least for street riding, that is. Moving on, this is possibly the coolest thing ever. The Y-Track Yamaha telemetry recording and analysis controller. Bam, that was a mouthful. But anyways, what this does, tracks your sector times, lean angle, RPM, gears, throttle position, brake pressure, etc, etc, etc. So this thing is just, it's like MotoGP type shit, man. Another really cool feature about the Y-Track is that it actually allows the rider's pit crew to be able to send messages onto their dash. And then you don't have to wait until you go all the way back around the track to get the communication. You know, there's little boards that they hold up. Boys, it sucks to end on a low, but this exhaust, they could have at least put some form of exhaust on there. Okay, and I understand 9 out of 10 people, as soon as they buy that thing, they're gonna rip that off. Completely understand it. So for that purpose, that's awesome. You know, all you have to do is cut that cat, put the link pipe, exhaust, and off you go. You know, that's cool. But the fact alone that they just couldn't have been bothered to put something together, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe the claims are right. Maybe they did do that exhaust for weight distribution purposes or to cut costs or so on and so forth, because it's not an expensive bike. You know, people say this many dollar, this many pound. I don't know how much it is in rands. Don't ask me. If I do the exchange in rates, it's gonna come out at like 2 million. I mean, the only things that I'm kind of wondering about is like, you know, what happens to the R6? Is that just a thing of the past now? Are we never gonna hear from the R6s again? Or, you know, what's gonna happen with that? You know, one of the other things that I've been seeing is people saying that 600cc bikes are dead. No, they aren't. 600cc bikes will forever be around. You know, because think about it, if you get rid of the 600s, you are expecting people to either go and start on like a 400 or 450 or 300 or lower, and then get onto a 1000. Like, you know, what do you thinking, man? That's pretty much it, though. Overall, I think it's an awesome bike. I love the look of it. I love the idea of it. I love what Yamaha has done. One more complaint. The headlight. Come on. They could have just copied the R7 one, put it on there. Nah. It's just a hole with a light. Apparently, there's a spoiler in there. Apparently. which contributes to downforce. Let me know how you guys enjoyed the video. Very different to our normal video, but as I said, certain things happened which resulted in this having to be the only option, and I think it's gonna turn out good. I think it's gonna be a cool video. If you're wondering why this is here, I did this for you. I bought this inside my house to make the video more interesting for you, give interesting background, and you can't see it, but over there, my R3 fairings. Anyways, boys, hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.